Blog Talk Radio.
Playing catch with our little boy, I hit a high pop fly, looking up and trying to find the ball in the sky. He dropped his glove, missed the catch, hollered, "Hey Daddy, wow." Looky there, as I can see Mommy in the clouds. I could have swore Da Vinci painted you with a brush on a canvas that he borrowed from what God had given us. Blocking out the sun was someone looking down. I would have bet $1,000,000 that was you in the clouds. I called everyone we knew that didn't live too far, so they could go outside and see exactly where you are. All at once, everyone in our small country town stood there taking pictures of you in the clouds. Your mama called and said she'd wished you'd stayed another day. Well, then we'd know for sure that you were safe and sound. But I know you are, 'cause that had to be you in the clouds. Our son, he asked me, "Daddy, does this really mean that Mommy's up in heaven looking down on me? Does she know everything I do even though she's not around?" Well, son, she knows more than you know up in the clouds. Before he goes to bed, he says his little prayer. He always ends with, "Mommy, I sure wish you were here. But I'm okay and Daddy's fine. Tell Jesus I won't let him down. And Mommy, I promise one day again I'll see you in the clouds. Stay right there, me and Daddy, we will see you in the clouds."
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Saturday Night with Austin Payne. I am your host, and my guest tonight is Garrett Walker, who has been on here with me before. But before we get to him, I got some exciting news to tell you. Our numbers are just blowing everything up out of the water, and it's all because of y'all. Y'all never cease to amaze me. You keep coming back. You keep bringing people with you. You keep sending me ads. You keep sending me people. And then people like Garrett keep coming back and sharing his music with us. And there's two ways you can get on this show, ladies and gentlemen. You can either email me at offthechainradio@yahoo.com, say, "Hey, Yvonne, I want to get on your show." Or if you're kind of shy, and you don't want to have an intimate conversation with me and 128,000 of our closest friends in over 100 countries, you can do an ad for the show. And for $10 a month, I'll run the ad no matter how many shows I do, and you can send it to me either in a recorded form, an MP3 format, or you can send it to me in Word form, and I'll read it. And I want to welcome our corporate sponsor, Susie Chamberlain, to us. She has a podcast called Inside Your Life with CC on podcast.com. She's also on iTunes, Google Play, and elsewhere where podcasts are available. And what she does is she has a motivational and passionate conversation, and she interviews people who are living their true purpose. Whether it's a professional boxer, an author, or a history enthusiast, CC strives to give you, ladies and gentlemen, hope for a brighter day with her inspirational words. So download, subscribe, and listen as CC guides you to pursue your dreams and for you to live your best life on Inside Your Life with CC on podcast.com. We've got so much to get to tonight that I'm just going to skip all the numbers of where we are and how many listeners we have, and we're just going to jump right into tonight's show because I have Garrett with me. I have a caller that's called in, not sure who it is. It's some of the folks that Garrett knows and has invited on the show. We'll get to them shortly, but let me tell you a little bit about Garrett. Garrett came to me, and I'd heard some of his music, and I said, look, I want to get you on the show because you have so much to offer. And I think he was kind of shocked. But I said, no, you need to come on the show. Send me your bios, send me 3 MP3 songs, and let's get you on here. Well, I did. And the hour went by so fast. We talked about everything under the shining sun and played his music that I had to bring him back because the man is just, to tell you the truth, I don't know why he's not at the Grand Ole Opry and why he's not on the big stage with thousands of people in the audience because he has, y'all just heard him, he has a voice that angels envy. Let me tell you a little bit about him. His mom and dad were both singers and musicians, so this isn't Garrett's first rodeo. When he was a little one, a wee one, he would often go with his parents on the gigs, and he'd hang out in the back room, listen to the show, and breathing in the music like a spring day. And after the breakup of his parents at 8 years old, Garrett's life changed forever, and then he used his songs to paint the pictures of his journey since, songs about love, pain, hope, fate, but always about real life. His goal is to use his talent for all the right reasons, and y'all have just heard, he's got talent and more. You'll hear it in the songs he writes and the songs he sings, from the heartfelt Wasn't Done Loving You and all of the above to the fun and cool vibe of Leave My Guitar Alone, which we played on the last show. You'll be moved and entertained. This talented singer and songwriter is making his dreams happen in Nashville, and as Charlie Daniels himself told Garrett, he needed to be in Nashville after he did the Charlie Daniels show. And y'all just, let's get with it. Welcome, Garrett. I'm so glad you're back with us tonight. I have waited all week for this.
Oh, I have too. I have, I've done quite a few radio shows, and it seems to me yours is the most, to where you can, the people that are listening right now can interact. And, Gail McCracken called. It was just the last time I really didn't know how to promote it, and I didn't, because it was my first time. And, but it was just, I really enjoyed the whole interview, and it just I've written a ton of songs. I've been there, opened up for Merle Haggard, opened up for Charlie Daniels. I've Alan Jackson, quite a few of them. Say what?
We have a caller that's listening. Caller, Who is this, please?
This is Mary Lewis Tomboy, outlaw harmonica player. I am a harmonica player.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I am a follower of Garrett Walker's and a Facebook friend.
Well, we are glad
Hi,
to
Mary.
have you with us. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Well, good. Well, we're just chatting with Garrett and getting some more of his background and talking about his songs, so just hang on with us. Do you have a question for him?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question for him. Does he sell T-shirts?
Ooh.
Yes, we do. The T-shirts will be done. They'll be coming in about a month, and as soon as they're available, we will let everybody know. But yeah, I definitely sell T-shirts and CDs, and I have a lot going on with the J. Raleigh Jones TV show that can be heard and can be seen on the Music City Arts channel on Comcast Channel 9 and also 19 in HED Universe. So there's so many. We're in the infantile stages of this amazing man that has come into my life. I mean, God has honestly, seriously, undoubtedly sent me an angel. I mean, he is just, and his woman, Peggy, is just, I mean, they're just the greatest people. But he's got so many things going, and he has so many irons in the fire, but he puts me at the forefront of it all. It's just amazing that this man is, I'm like, man, it's just, so anyway, the product, I mean, he's going to do a TV show. He's doing 3 videos, professional videos on me with all the above, leave my guitar alone. And we're not sure which one the other one is going to be, either If I Were Magic or Corner of Heaven and Hell. But, and then he's getting a song released on radio within the next week and a half or so. He just has so many things. And I just don't, when you have 4 or 5 pages, I have 4 pages with 5,000 people on them, and because that's the max you can have. And so I didn't know how long he had been following me, and he has followed me long enough to see the hard times that I've gone through, and but he, anyway, I'm going to go on and on about him, and this is not his interview. But anyway,
but Garrett, think of it this way, my dear, that because you are the person that you are, and because you encourage others, and because you keep your faith and yourself grounded, good things happen for you. They're beginning to happen. Yeah, you've had a journey that you've traveled, and that makes this all the more sweeter.
There's no doubt. Every morning. Go ahead.
And I was listening to Garrett Walker on live Facebook one day last week, and I listen to him all the time, and I was listening, and he had asked me to join him on playing the harmonica.
Wow.
And I joined him.
Yeah, that was fun. I was doing a Facebook Live, and I told her, hey, this is a song out of A145, a blues number, and I told her, while you're sitting there at your house, play harmonica with me. But I tell you what, Yvonne,
yes,
Yvonne,
sir?
every single morning, I wake up, my knees hit the floor before my feet do.
And That's why good things are happening to you. In fact, let me run this ad right quick for author Nancy Quinn, because I want to come back and talk to you about the song we played in the opening number, because when I heard that song, it brought me to tears, and I don't cry easily. So if y'all will hang on for about 45 seconds, we'll be back with country music artist Garrett Walker and talk about his opening song.
Thank you.
Do you have cougars on your porch swing? Are horses your new best friend? Do your nicest shoes get buried knee-deep in snow as your toes turn blue? Are you bothered by wolves at your woodpile? No, not that kind of wolf. Join wildlife artist and author Nancy Quinn and her family as they discover an exciting new life in Go West, Young Woman, a true Montana adventure. Available online and in bookstores. Or visit QuinnWildlifeArt.com for a personalized signed copy. Critics agree, it's a hoot.
And that's author Nancy Quinn. She can be found at Amazon and at Barnes & Noble. My guest tonight is country music artist Garrett Walker. And those of y'all that were listening at the beginning of the show, the opening song was In the Clouds. That song, the first time I heard it, brought me to tears, and I do not cry easily. Garrett, give me the background of that song.
Well, here I listened to a guy on the radio here in Nashville, Jerry House and the House Foundation. Well, him and his sidekick, Mike Bohan, were talking one morning, and I never, ever, ever listen. I never miss a morning. Jerry has written songs for Leanne Rimes, a ton of people, but he don't talk about that on the radio. He's just funnier than all get out. So he was on there, and him and Mike Bohan was saying, I've probably gotten just out of his conversation, have gotten quite a few songs from him. And so Mike Bohan said something, something he would like to happen that you knew couldn't happen. And he said it to Jerry, and Jerry's like, oh, well, that's In the Clouds. And I just thought, In the Clouds. Because we've heard that phrase all over life. And nevertheless, so he said, I just thought, I turned off the radio, and I never turn him off. And I'm thinking, how in the world am I going to get the listener to listen to or to look up in the sky at the clouds? And I mean, it's really. So I just thought of a little boy, looking up to catch a ball, and he was playing ball with his dad. And he hit a high pop fly, and he looked up and he, dropped the ball and missed the catch, and looked and said, Daddy, look, wow, there's Mommy in the clouds. I'm like, so while I'm writing this, I'm like, why would she be in the clouds? I'm like, oh my God. So I just went with it, we knew the storm was bad coming back from Monterey. Her mama said she'd wish she'd stayed another day, and it just fell out of me. I mean, I was watching myself. I was watching myself write this, and I knew it was starting out sad, but then you've got to turn it around. And so at the very end, every night before he goes to bed, he says his little prayer, and he always ends with, Mommy, I wish you were here, but I'm okay. Daddy's all right. And tell Jesus we'll be there in the clouds. And I couldn't believe that I wrote that song. I turned the radio off at 8:10, 10 after 8 in the morning, and I was done by 8:30. And I just looked up in the clouds, and I'm like, dude, you're rocking. So
well, I'm going to tell you that song is a powerful, powerful song. We have another caller that has called in. Caller, identify yourself, please.
Becky Hodges.
Hey, Becky, this is Yvonne with Garrett Walker. Welcome to our show. Do you have a question for Garrett?
No, Garrett's an awesome artist. I just love him to death.
Yes, he is. He is absolutely magnificent. And I don't know if you heard or not, Becky, but y'all are going to be seeing some T-shirts here, Garrett, in about a month, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be about a month.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's
That's
play.
awesome.
Let me run another quick ad because I want to play If I Were Magic, because that's another one of my songs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this ad real quick, and then I'm going to go right into the song. And then, Garrett, I want you to explain it to me and why you wrote it, because that song it blows me away. So everybody, hang on.
Thank you.
And Winona, the lovable narcissist
from the Woman's Cave podcast, inviting you to join us in person
or streaming
at the Inspirational Women in Literature Conference on March 17th.
Get tickets to the conference, buy our book, or watch the TV show Just Right in Life
at andwethought.com or thewomenscave.com.
So peace and love from Winona
and Jade.
How many roads must I walk down before I am a man? I'm still searching for my home, hopelessly hoping all alone. How many towns must I play
Oh, my God.
before you come my way? Well, maybe the city is where you'll be. Well, maybe the end of the road, that's where you'll find me. But if I were magic, I would disappear. If I could fly away, I'd be right there. My father told me, he told me long ago, you need a woman to have a happy home. So I got all dressed up and said I do. Well, my only one mistake is that it was none with you. If I were magic, I'd disappear. If I could fly away, I'd be right there. Yeah, yeah. But I'm still searching for my home, hopelessly hoping all day long.
That was If I Were Magic by my guest, country music artist
I
Garrett
love
Walker.
that song.
Isn't it gorgeous? All right, Garrett, tell, and we have a new caller. And a caller, identify yourself, please.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, who is this?
Hi.
Oh. Hi. Yes, ma'am. I'm still on the line. This is Mary Lewis, and
okay, I have Mary. I have
Becky. Mary, go ahead and hang up right now. We got some other callers. Love you, sweetheart.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Go ahead.
Bye.
Okay. I have a whole board full of callers. 972. Who is this, please?
This is Patsy. Hi.
Hi, Patsy. 615-582-5310. Who is this, please?
This is Brian Wayne Perry from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hi, Brian Wayne Perry. They said you'd be calling in. Okay, Garrett, we have a full board of people online for you to tell us about this wonderful, wonderful song.
It was the first one that I wrote when I came here to Nashville. And, when you first come to Nashville, I'll tell you what, it'll shake you up. I mean, it's not, you don't just get here and all of a sudden you're a star. And when you move, I moved 680 miles away from my home, from my family, from all my friends, from everything that I knew. And I got here, and I had just started dating a girl in Kansas. And I got here, and I just, I missed her. And I just thought, God, if I could see her again, if I were magic, I'd be right there. And then I did, and when I got here, I met somebody who has become a very good friend of mine, and she was in the music business, but and still is. But nevertheless, I just wish I would have, stayed. And a part of me wished at that moment when I wrote this song, I'm like, God, I wish I was back in Kansas with her, but every move you make, it proves, no matter how good or bad, whatever happens, it's part of the makeup of the person that you are today. And
it's your journey.
Absolutely. And I've looked her up on Facebook, and I can't find her, so I guess she's,
okay,
but nevertheless.
Garrett, send me her information, and I'll find her for you. Because remember, that's what I've done for a living. I hunt people.
Okay. Well, Bobbi Perot. She's Ross Perot's great niece. I can't find her anywhere.
Well, I bet I can. Brian.
Listen. I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
I was going to get Brian. Tell me what you know about this wonderful artist.
Garrett Walker is a unique individual. Him and I have been friends for probably 8 years now, and we don't always see eye to eye, but we love each other like a brother. He's a very unique individual, and he's true to country music, and you can see that and hear that. It reflects upon his writing and the way he delivers his songs, the arrangements, the way he articulates his words, his phrasing. He's just an overall cool dude too. I mean, he's struggling like all the rest of the artists that come to Nashville, and like he says, there's a million people who come to town with a guitar and a song, and it's really hard for everybody to get out there and be recognized and utilize their craft where they're in front of the masses. But Garrett's got a lot of good things happening in 2018, and I believe that it's going to change the direction of his career as long as he stays true to the craft and what he's doing right now. And he knows that.
Let me tell you about where Garrett is in my numbers. And all the podcasts that I put this show on after it goes into archives, and we're heard in over 100 countries. We have up to 127,000 listeners now. Garrett's first show is one of my highest-rated shows on all of my podcasts.
Oh, my God.
That's amazing. Congratulations, Garrett. Congratulations to you too, ma'am.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
That's
Thank
a pretty
you,
big
brother.
following globally.
And he does, and you know why, Brian? Because it's like you said, and Garrett, I told you this the last time. You stay true to the craft. Now I know that the youngins out there, they think that you're supposed to cross over and you're supposed to do country and pop and you're supposed to do hip hop and country, but country is country. And when you start blending all the, and not that the other music is not good, it's excellent music, but pure country has its own soul. Ladies, would you agree with that?
I do agree. 100%.
Brian,
He's genuine.
do you agree with
He's
that?
Singer.
Well, I just want to chime in on that. Bro country has no place in country music. Hip hop has no place in country music.
No.
Pop has no place in country music. Country music is its own genre. We don't need the support of everybody else, and the amount of artists that are doing what they're doing. I know why the labels are doing it. The labels are doing it because the 8-year-olds to 19-year-olds are the ones that are buying it, and it's easy to be bought because mom gives the credit card. Nashville has completely forgot about the demographic of 35 to 90, and they turn their back on us. So, you know, that's my common ground with Garrett is to stay true to country music. I don't know if y'all know about our background, but we've had a lot of success in the industry. My father started our company, and at the end of the day, my goal is to preserve country music, and that's another reason why Garrett and I get along and have had a relationship for so long, is because he's here to defend the very roots of the genre.
So, Garrett, there you have it, my friend.
Well, you know what? I just got to give I've got to step in and say, the man that you're talking to is a man of his own right, but he is true. He's a chip off the old block, and if you know anything about not just country music, but Brian Wayne Perry is the son of Wayne Perry, who wrote What Part of No Don't You Understand for Lori Morgan. He's written Colin Ray, Backstreet Boys, and he left us way too soon. But he's an icon in the business, and now we have Wayne Perry has left his son to carry on what his father started. And yes, we met when we first met. I mean, the first time that I met Brian, it was instant. We just hit it off. And sure, you know, if we all got along all the time, it would be a pretty boring world. And so there was, you know, we had our ups and downs, but we always knew, no matter how mad, you know, we're going to beat each other up and all that stupid stuff. Here's the deal: if you didn't care, then you wouldn't get mad. As mad as you get at somebody, that's how much you care about them. Because if you don't care, you just laugh it off. And after all this time, I've known him about, I think, right around 10 years. And I see him he is making headway. He's with the Frizzell camp. He's amazing, and he really, I admire him. I wish sometimes I wish I was him, but we've always had that kindred spirit. And
that comes through, Garrett. That comes through in your music. And we've got a new caller, but if they'll bear with me just a minute, I want to say one thing. Brian, I want to get you on the show, on your own show, because I want to start promoting you as well, if you will do me the honor of coming on the show, and I'll hook up on you with that and, you know, at the end of the show.
Please do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I would love to. We've got a program that benefits beneficial independent artists that will change the direction of their career. So I would love to do that.
So hang on, let me run this other ad, and then I want to play the third song, and then, Garrett, you've got to tell me why you named it what you named it. I'm going to go to the ad, and then I'm going to straight to the song. So everybody just hang on. And new caller, if you will, just hang on with me, please.
Former Boston PD Captain Stanford Carter and his wife, forensic scientist Jill Seacrest, have decided to move to the Big Apple to accept positions with the New York branch of the FBI. Rookie agent Shania Deeprose completes the trinity as they collide head-on with raging and rampant social, political, and economic unrest amid a string of murders that seem unrelated and may be serial, copycat, thrill, or hate-driven. As they struggle to understand the mind and thought process of the orchestrators, killers, and victims, the team begins to wonder who's who. The line between black and white, superior and subordinate, right and wrong, and good and evil disappears as they are forced to reevaluate their own thoughts, feelings, and philosophies. Ultimately, every character must come to their own conclusions to these questions. Is justice ever more important than the law? Is playing God justifiable if it's for the greater good of all? Come along for the ride to see if Agent Carter will decide to stick to being a hunter or become judge, jury, and executioner instead. Find the answers to these questions when you read the new book, The Killing Collective. The Killing Collective is a character-driven story with big characters with depth. They're soul-searching in addition to the biggest case of the agents' careers. The Killing Collective, available on Amazon in both Kindle and paperback editions. Order your copy today.
Tickets to go watch some lady place a child in a safe, happy home. The daughter of a mother, a drinker and a drugger. It ought to be a reality show where the cost of admission would go to the profession of those who helped save us all. Instead of the millions we give to the thousands of those who play with the balls. They kick 'em, they bounce 'em, they hit 'em, they miss 'em. They're making more money than God. While the men and the women, they're teaching our children barely just make enough to pay for the shoes and doors by the fools doing nothing but nothing their cause, taking their pleasure and building their treasure with those who play with the balls. The tiger makes a ton for a hole and one. Babe knocked it out of the park. While America's children, they fight for our freedom. Mr. Harris taught me about God. Quarterbacks throw bombs, there's cash in their arms. OJ was set up for life, while the Red Cross had to help the Salvation Army find the victims of Katrina that died. They kick 'em, they bounce 'em, they hit 'em, they miss 'em. They're making more money than God. While the men and the women, they're teaching our children barely just make enough to pay for the shoes and doors by the fools doing nothing but nothing their cause, taking their pleasure and building their treasure with those who play with the balls. So if you see one, just toss it to me. I'll throw it right where it belongs. 90 miles an hour, held dead on center, smack dab for the right call. They kick 'em, they rack 'em, they hit 'em, they miss 'em.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Off the Chain with your host, Yvonne Mason, and that was country music artist Garrett Walker. I can't even talk anymore, and the title of that song is Balls. Garrett is my guest tonight, and if my listening audience will bear with me, my switchboard is full of Garrett's fans and producers, and if y'all will just bear with me, let me take roll call because we had 2 new callers come in, and I got to find out who they are. So, caller 615-414, what is your name, please?
My name is J.R. Jones, J. Riley Jones.
Hi, J.R. Jones. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
TV producer.
Hang on just a minute, JR. 580-819. What is your name, please? Hello?
Oh.
Okay. 580, what is your name, please?
My name is Geraldine Harris.
Hi, Geraldine. I'm trying to take roll call, so bear with me. And I've got Brian down. 972, what is your name, please?
Patsy Lundeen.
Patsy, okay. And then 601 is Becky, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now I've got everybody. I've never had 6 people on my board before, so y'all just bear with me. Okay, Garrett, I've got JR on here. Now,
there you go.
This TV series, JR, that you're doing with Garrett, tell us about it, because this is exciting.
Okay, well, I started my TV show here in Nashville in August of 2013, and it was under a little bit different format than it is right now, but all along I have always featured outside talent that, for the most part, were either Americana or traditional country music, which it's hard to define a difference sometimes in those, if there is one. But anyway, and I featured guests from all over the world, from Finland, from Norway, Sweden, Belgium, the United Kingdom, London, England, not to mention, of course, here in the United States and then locally, Nashville. And my mission, and I call it a mission as opposed to just a, it's a serious thing for me, is to keep real country music coming out of Nashville, because there's so many people here that are so talented that don't get heard, and it's the same way with around the world, and it's so strong of a genre everywhere, as you well know. So that was my goal, and so all along I've been, I guess for lack of a better word, picking up steam and picking up so many fun and interesting things, and now then we're really branching out. And along this line, probably for the last couple of years, but more seriously the last year, I would see Garrett's tracks on Facebook, and so I sent him a friend request, and he, even though I might have been 5,001 on his Facebook page, he made it possible for us to connect and get to know each other. And
now I know why he disconnected me, so he could connect with you. No, I'm teasing. Garrett will tell you I have a very wicked sense of humor, and I know some of Garrett's
He's off the
fans.
chain.
Yes, I am, Garrett.
He's off the chain.
And you never know on this show with what's going to happen. Like I said, tonight is the first night that my call-in board has been completely full of callers. And, Garrett, this is all about you, my sweet friend. This is the impact, and I'm sure that Brian and JR and Geraldine and Patsy and Becky will attest to this. This is a statement to your character. Guys, am I right in that?
Definitely.
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's unanimous, Garrett. You brought all these people together on your show because this show is about you. It's about your talent and your influence and your ability to stay true to the craft. That is pure country music because, like Brian and I were talking about and JR just reiterated, we can't afford to lose any more good artists. So, you know, it's time for you to step up and step out.
Well, I'm definitely doing it.
I just want to chime in. This is Patsy, but I asked Garrett one time. I said, "How do you remember all these songs? You know, the words to all these songs. How do you, you know, not get mixed up from song to song because he just sings, you know?" And I said, and he said, "Because I've lived it, you know."
Yep.
And that's true. And he's so sincere and true and genuine that, you know, he writes from the soul and he sings from the heart. And I believe that's why, you know, he's got so many followers. And, you know, and that's pure country right there, you know.
JR, would you agree with that?
Yes, I would like to add that the one thing about Garrett is he pays attention to his fans. He communicates with them. He becomes friends with them. And you see, if you're going to be successful in this business, then you're going to have a fan base, and you're going to have to keep them. And his fans love him.
Yeah. Brian, would you agree with that, Brian?
I do agree with that. And, you know, the new model for the business, the music industry is social media based. If you're not out there feeding your fans, and what I mean by that, you know, social media has changed to the point where everybody wants to know what's going on. It's not really about the music anymore. The music is a big factor, but there's also another big factor, and that's being able to connect on a one-on-one basis. And the fans feel that when you talk to them on social media, you go Facebook Live, you answer their questions. You bring them into your life and make them a part of what you're doing. And I really, truly believe that the mainstream industry has forgotten about the fans because they really just don't have time to go out and greet 65,000 people, you know. But Garrett's doing a great job.
Garrett, what did I tell you at the first time you came on my show? The premise of the show is you are the brand. Your product is a byproduct of you, but you are the brand, and that's why people want to talk up to you, with you, learn about you. And you're seeing that, aren't you, Garrett?
I really am. You know, sometimes I have friends come to one of my pages, and they say, well, you're full, and I have to go through my list. I always say I'll delete 2 to get you, and because, you know, and I'll go to somebody that I never hear from, and it's usually a guy. But anyway, hey, you know, guys don't buy CDs. But anyway, the point being, you know, when you send somebody a message on Facebook, you can tell whether they read it or not. And if they've read it and they have not answered you, I'm not going to be that guy. I mean, my number is out there. My email, my messenger is out there. And I make for sure that I answer each one of them, because if you don't have a personal relationship, as much as it can be, with your fans, and, you know, as much as you do with your family and friends, because seriously, we're all family. I mean, we're all the children of who? Yes, his name. God. And I do everything I can to like each and every comment, either like it or hate it or delete it. And sometimes block it. But I make sure that I have. Sometimes I'll go through my. You know, how can I have 5,000 friends on one page and 2 pages and 3 pages and 4 pages? I just don't have. There's no way I can. And so when I go to delete people, you know, it's hard to find somebody, because I'm like, no, I just talked to him. I can't get rid of her. She had a problem with her. I can't get, you know. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, there she is again, or there he is again, or this and that. But you know what? I signed up for this, And it's like, you know, when I play a show, I will stay there till the last person. I will be the last one to leave to stay there because I signed up for this. They support, they like not just what I do, they like who I am. And it's because I've never met a stranger. I've met some strange strangers, but you know, so am I. I'm strange. But the point is, I have to have a relationship somewhat with every single one of them. And some of them, you're like, you know, they're not. It's.
What are you trying to say,
you know where I'm going, but
say?
you signed up for it, so you've gotta go ahead.
Some of them are crazy. That's true.
Some of them are not. If you ever see the pictures that I get, oh my God! Yesterday I woke up. It was a nice way to wake up. But don't you have respect for me? Much less self-respect. But you know what? I signed up for that. You go to concerts. What do the girls do out there? They show
take off their clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just the X factor, but it comes along with this is the job that I love. And I don't do it because I think I'm all that, because I don't think I'm all that. Shelby Craft, he was telling me, Brian, you know Shelby, oh, God love him. Well, I tell you what, he was telling me all these wonderful things about myself, and I told him, man, I wish I saw what you see in me, and I wrote a song. It's on YouTube. I wish I saw what you see in me because I don't see it. And I think that's what the people have seen that, you know, I don't have any family. Sure, I got a sister out there. I haven't seen her in 20-some years, and we talk maybe sometime, but I don't have family. So with everyone on Facebook, I have family. And so, when I have a problem, I am the first one to ask for prayer, and God answers. And I mean, people, because these women come to my messenger and say, can you tell me a little bit about myself or about yourself? And I'll send them a link of one of my pages. Just read. I'm very transparent. And so
let me ask JR
I love people. Go ahead.
Garrett, let me ask JR a question. JR, when will Garrett be on your show? Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run out of time, and I want to get these important information. So I want to ask JR that question. Then I want to ask Brian when more CDs are coming out. So JR, when will Garrett be on the show?
It'll be sometime the last part of February or the first part of March. Garrett will be posting on his websites, and at that time, there's so much that we have to do to get him ready. You know, when you start promoting yourself, you better have all your ducks in a row, such as you have to have your music videos done when in order to release a song, and then there are just so many things that Garrett and I have planned for him to help get him launched. And then today he told me about Brian, who's really been doing the same thing as I've been doing in one sense, and that's promoting traditional country music, trying to keep it coming out of Nashville. And so there are things that, you know, like a snowball going downhill. I mean, things accumulate that go on your agenda, but it takes a while to put 3 videos together, and there's some recording that we're helping Garrett with. So that's why it takes so long.
So let me ask you another question.
Sure.
Let me ask you another question, JR. My roots are in old country, just like Brian and Garrett and I've been talking about. And before we run out of time, I also would like to bring you on this show to promote you.
Sure, anytime.
Okay, so Brian, Garrett, you heard it here. The 2 guys are going to come on, and it's all because of you, my friend.
I heard it.
See how this works?
I heard it, Brian. I heard it, JR. You know what? Here's how I work. Can anyone out there, and I'm not turning the subject around or getting off the subject, but can anyone out there tell me what can you take to heaven from earth? No, you can't take money. Here's what you can take, and here's what I take. Here's what, when you go to heaven, you can take others. And
that's true.
I am doing so well. You can ask JR. I'm going to help out others, and now, you've got all these listeners in all these countries, and I've got these two major forces in the entertainment industry, and I'm way below their level, yet I'm able to, put an extra, wind beneath their sails.
And
I'm proud of that.
And you've got these wonderful ladies. In fact, we have a new caller, 256. What is your name, please?
Yes, Miss Mary Lewis again.
Hello. Okay, Mary, hold on. So you have all these wonderful ladies that are in your corner. You have Brian, you have JR, you have me, you have the good Lord up above, and we're going to run out of time. But when the show goes dark, Brian and JR, don't hang up because I've got some things I need to tell y'all, and Garrett knows not to hang up. But, Garrett, tell the folks where you can be found, where your music can be found, so that they can go and listen to it. So when the CDs come out that Brian's producing and the videos come out that JR's producing, you're already going to be out there.
Whoa. That was incorrect. I haven't produced anything.
I'm sorry.
That's JR, I believe, is producing Garrett's music.
Excuse me.
Well, really, it's been the production from before has been the great Kenny Royster. But as far as getting I wanted to say real quick, I have a dear, like a mother to me, Mom Shine, Jerry Way Fitzpatrick, and grandson Molly. But nevertheless, you can get my music right now. It's just, I don't want to be that guy here in Nashville that has 5 CDs and you say, and what's your name? I still have not. I've got enough music for 20 CDs. But this first one, I want it to make some kind of impact. So really, the way to get a hold of me, or just go to J. Raleigh Jones and on his TV show, or J. Raleigh Jones at yahoo.com. He is my manager right now. And or just get a hold of me on my Facebook pages. I got them right here. I don't have a special way. We're doing a website. It should be up in the next week or so. But whatever you need to do, I have, like I say, 4 accounts with 5,000. It's pretty easy to find me. Just send me a personal message, and I've got the CDs waiting to be purchased. But
and with that, Garrett, we're going to run out of time, honey. That's
yes,
okay.
Yes,
so with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is Off the Chain. I am your host, Yvonne Mason, with my guests, Garrett Walker and J.R. Jones and Brian. And Brian, I'm sorry, I just had a brain fart and forgot your last name, but we'll get that to you. And
Brian Wayne Perry.
Brian Perry.
Brian Wayne Perry.
Brian, thank you. Brian Wayne Perry. And we will see you all next Wednesday night here on Off the Chain. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yvonne.
Good night, everybody. God bless you.
Good night, Garrett Walker.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. That was wonderful, Yvonne. You're the greatest.
Thank you. Brian, are you and JR still on the line?
I am.
Yeah.
This is JR. Yeah.
Okay. What I want to do, guys, this show is going to go up into archives. And when it goes up into the archives, I'm going to put it up on my Facebook page, and I'm going to tag Garrett. But if you two will friend me, I will tag y'all as well. You can take this show and promote it. And then tomorrow I'm going to put it up on 5 different podcasts. And you can, and I will also tag y'all in it, like I'm going to tag Garrett, and y'all can take that the podcast and promote it. We are heard on iTunes and YouTube, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Podcast.com, Podcast Garden, FM.com, TuneIn Radio, and iHeartRadio now.
Great.
Awesome.
That's great.
So
you're really on the roll.
And we're not even 2 years old yet, but it's because of
Oh, my
folks like
goodness.
y'all. And Brian, I'm sorry I misspoke a while ago. I don't know where that came from.
Oh,
but,
that's okay. I mean, Garrett and I have talked about producing some stuff on him, but I haven't physically done that or worked with him in any capacity.
But what I do want to
We
do
just
is
have-
I want
To be a misrepresentation.
He has, yes. The thing about it is, we wanted to, since the day we met, we wanted to, but there was outside interferences that introduced us that just really put the stick in the spokes. I mean, it really messed everything up. But him and I have always remained, we always knew this day would happen. And it's only going to get better. But he is so busy. I can't believe, and I thank you so much. Both of you, JR and Brian Wayne, believe me, I thank you so much for taking the time out for this.
You're welcome.
And
I'm your friend, Garrett. I believe in you. I've told you that for the last 8 years. I've told you someday you're gonna do great things with your music. Just keep on pushing, and that's why I'm here. I'll never turn my back on you.
What I would like to do, JR, is if you and Brian would friend me on Facebook and message me, I would like to do a show either together or independently with both of you all to promote y'all, because this is what I do, and I do it very well.
Yes, you do.
Well, thank you.
I can see that.
And I want y'all to succeed. It's very important for me for y'all to even succeed more than you're succeeding. And Garrett will tell you I am a proponent of that, because if I help y'all succeed, then I succeed, and then I'm a happy camper.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're using my own words.
You know, everything when I talk to I haven't talked to Brian for quite a while, and that we've always ran across each other. But when I talked to him last night, everything that he said came out of his mouth was exactly what JR says, and I can't believe that. It's like Brian was telling me today. It's called full circle, and
yes.
I mean, me and him, we had our downs and we had our outs, but we knew in our hearts, and now, JR and Brian, they've got things that needed to be discussed, and now, and it's think about it, for you to have me back on your show at this time, and all of a sudden, last night I do a live on Facebook, and all of a sudden somebody that don't have time, Brian ain't got time to, and all of a sudden there he is on my page. He's commenting on my live on Facebook, and JR, he's downstairs, he's had a full day, but he knew that tonight I wanted him to call in, and all of a sudden here comes Brian Wayne, and I'm like, I got one side of me, JR, and the other side of Brian Wayne, and they're going to be talking business. I don't need to be a part of that conversation because they're talking about stuff I really don't know about. But I mean, it's just like how you can't make that stuff up.
JR and Brian, would you agree that
yes.
all things
yes.
come to fruition when it is time?
Well, success breeds success.
And Brian, darling, for you to be so busy, and for JR to be so busy, and for y'all to take an hour out of your evening to call in and support Garrett and support his interview is very humbling to me, and I appreciate it so much for you. And it's like I told my guest last night, you to come into my home and to honor me with your presence there are no words to say how much I appreciate that, and I do from the bottom of my heart. And that's why, just one of the many reasons I want to reciprocate and help you guys become even more successful than you already are.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we both appreciate that. I don't know Brian. I'm looking forward to getting to know him. But to tell you the truth, Yvonne, we're always looking for people such as yourself who are out there, in the march with a mission on your mind and a belief in what you do, and that are successful. And so it's an honor for me to be able to meet you, to know about you, and to see what we can do together.
Thank you, guys. Well, I know y'all are all so busy, and I appreciate it, and I'm going to let you guys go and get back to what you do. And if y'all will hook up with me on Facebook, go on Brian. I think I'm on all three of Garrett's pages. If not, he can get y'all to me. And even if I have to set a special show for y'all, you tell me what's convenient for you, and I will make it happen. I'll put it that way.
Well, I know that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Garrett. I just said I appreciate that.
I know that Brian and JR are going to be talking here in the real near future, and Brian has so doggone many irons in fire, and it's just like JR. But for these two major forces to come together, and here's the reason why Brian doesn't know about JR, because he's got his head in his own stuff. And here's the reason why JR don't know about Brian, because he's so busy. And so now, because of a full circle, Brian, now they're going to be able to get together, and I'm sure that this will be, getting with you, because every kind of promotion is...
We'll make it happen. But y'all go and finish your evening. And, gentlemen, thank you so very much for this hour and for coming into my world for a little while. And just give me some good dates, and I'll get y'all out there, and y'all can be heard in over 100 countries.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Sorry to interrupt.
All right, guys. And be sure and hook up with me on Facebook so I can send y'all the links for this show so you can promote it, because y'all were a big part of this show. Garrett, thank you, my dear one. You know what to do. And, of course, you're going to be coming back, so you might as well just send me 3 more songs so that we can get you set back up in a couple of months. Before you get too big for my britches, that you won't even have time for the show. So that's going to happen. I see it coming.
I'm looking forward to it, and I really appreciate those words. So
all right.
Kind of you.
I will talk to
God
you, gentlemen. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll talk later.
Thank you,
You're welcome. Good night.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, Ryan.
Good night.
When it comes to Orlando fun, don't settle for just one. Head for SeaWorld and Aquatica. Soar to the top of the coaster food chain with SeaWorld's world-class thrill rides, including the new one-of-a-kind rapids ride, Infinity Falls, opening this summer. Also new this summer, the 3-in-1 thrills of Aquatica's latest super slide, Ray Rush. SeaWorld and Aquatica. Right now, get 2 parks, 2 days, starting at only $59.99 per park. Restrictions apply.